Am I audible, sir?
Yes, Minu, you are audible. Yeah, Minu, am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Would you like to start, Minu, with any observation, or should I continue, or anyone
We
else?
can all continue together, sir.
Right. So let's recap this understanding which you have studied in the article, Rationals of Love, Part 2. So here, so far what we have understood is what is green love, what is violet love, and what is red love. Now let's try and understand if we mix them together, how that would happen. Mixing of all the three types of love. If we mix, then these combinations will appear. So mixing can happen in three ways. You know, all the three are picking together. We are picking up all the three, but the order of the love, the starting point of the love are different. So as we see in the category A is that like picking up all the three loves, but in different orders. Are you able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
Right. So
We are taking all the three loves in this category A,
yes,
and in the category B, we are taking any two loves in different
any
combinations.
two out of
And
three.
in
So let's try and
yes,
understand the category A first. Then we'll go for category B and
okay,
category
sir.
C. Right. So in category A, see in first two combinations, we see the green love is taken as first order. So that means the individual who is executing all these three loves in number one, starting with a green love. So starting with an acceptance in mind, then associating with the red connection first. That means the physical connection, started liking the physical attributions to start with. Then finding out some cognitive attributions also. And in the second, finding out first some cognitive attribution, then finding some physical attributions also associatable. Like spatial attention is given to the cognitive traits first, then the physical traits. So this is the first two. Then third and fourth, the red love is the starting point, but in third, the green love comes in after the red love is saturated. So here what we need to understand is that red love is very much limiting. It is a limited love. We cannot like the physical growth. The physical growth is very much needed and the primary aspect of any being to grow, but it is limited. At some point, it is going to end. So similar to that, the red love also will be limited. And on the other hand, the violet love will actually lose the charm of it. Quite similar. The traits, the physical attribution also loses the charms, and it's a kind of limited. We may find out after some time. Yeah, Minu, can you mute yourself? Yeah. So, so the third category is one started with the red love, then realizes the importance of the green love, and after that started finding out the violet love also. Now, fourth category, try and understand. The individual explored red love, first physical attraction. Then after some time, the some or other traits got special attention of the individual. So red followed by violet. But these two will never be sustaining without green love. So one has to opt the green love to make these combination of red and violet sustainable. Now fifth and sixth category started with violet love, both the categories, then emerged with the green love, found some red love, found some physical attraction. The sixth category is quite similar to the fourth category, started with the violet. It's going to be boring after some time, because a single trait, if it is identified after some time, when the other traits, other not likable traits are appearing, emerging, that time you will start feeling bored. If the red love is supporting, then the love will sustain for some more time, but ultimate sustenance will be confirmed when the individual will find the green love in the individual. So category A is the most rational category, where in different permutation and combination, all three loves present in a relationship. This is very important to understand. So an understanding category A will help us to identify the lack in the relationships in our lives and finding out that which particular love is missing here in our relationship, which is bothering. So we can just bring that in consciously and repair our relationship. Now category B is two loves out of all three. So it's definitely
So,
green. Yes. Any question on the category A? Yes, please.
so in category A, when we think about uh, the three layers, like the physical, physiological, and psychological that we were talking about. So the physical layer is the red love.
Physical layer is the red love,
The physiological is the green love,
green love.
and psychological is the violet love. Is it so,
Yes.
or is it?
Yes, prominence. The predominance
Yeah.
in red love is the physical aspect. Predominance in green love is the physiological aspect. And predominance in violet love is the psychological aspect, the neural aspect.
So, sir, what is the connection in the green love with the physiology?
So,
How can that be explained?
so see,
Because
green
the
love is
red love,
the
the
first two
physical,
categories. Yes, yes. Go on, please.
yeah, sir.
So first two categories,
Uh,
if we try and understand the first two categories, where the green love is the starting point. This is the most comfortable point and undisturbed point for the individual to start love. So when one has a perception of green love, that means the individual is undisturbed. Individual is undisturbed irrespective of the received information from the surrounding or within. So it's a state of green love. Then when this is there, that means the observatory capability, the observation is too keen. And with the keen observation, one will find some or other relatable traits, be it physical or cognitive. in the individuals. When we keenly observe, then definitely there will be some likable traits be found. So keen observation is the key to figure out some or other physical or cognitive attribution to like. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. But what is the rationale for placing the green love, red love, violet love in that order in the first?
No, it's a happening. It's a happening for that particular individual. Suppose
Okay.
one individual.
So it's not as if it is a hierarchy that we are seeing here.
No, no. See, there's no hierarchy here. Like one is better than other. It's not being proposed, but definitely the mixing of all three loves in any relationship will bring the rationality. That's the proposal here. Now, if you compare the state of first category versus the third category, first category versus the third category, then the discomfort is never realized in first and also in second category, if you try and understand, because when you have opted green already, that time your physiological sensation is never disturbed, whatever the situation it may be. Is it making sense?
Leon, can you give me us an example, sir? For
Sir.
particular example, if is it possible?
Yes, yes. So one individual who is matured enough to accept everything around him or her as it is, without trying to intervene with any opinionated intervention. That is the first two categories. Green starting point is the green. Are you able to understand? The starting point is that individual has got a neutral perception to everything without opinionating. So without judging or justifying, just as it is, being aware of the surroundings or the confronted information for that individual. Then the first category is with that keen observation, when that individual is with any other individual physically together for some time. So that means the exposure to the physical attributions are more. That time the physical attraction may appear within that individual. So that is the green followed by red. Now after the red, we know that the physical attraction has got an end, a short end. One cannot sustain by only liking the physical attributions. So after that, that individual is identifying the cognitive traits, the characteristic traits in the other individual. So the specific example can be, suppose an arranged marriage. An arranged marriage with the mindset of accepting love. So arranged marriage necessarily starts with the red love. Without knowing cognitively each other, when an arranged marriage starts, that starts with the physical love only. If that is supported with the green love, then after some time, that physical love will be supported by the violet love. One will find out some or other characteristic traits to love in other individual because of the keen observation. It is not the special characteristic which will lead the individual to find out that particular trait, but because of the green love, with the keen observation, some or other likable characteristics will be identified for sure. Does that make sense, Vikas?
Yes. let's say if in case of love marriage, what could be then the
So love
option? I mean,
marriage, the second category is the love marriage category. If we talk about the conjugal love, the individual having the accepting love perception and figured out and confronted some or other characteristic traits, cognitive trait of the individual because of the closer proximity and observing the traits. Some or other traits are looking as if spatial trait and started relating and associating with it. That's the start of the violet love. And slowly and gradually one finds, because these two are supported, these two types of loves are supporting the relationship, slowly and gradually the red love emerges.
okay,
Right?
yes.
Any other observation by anyone?
So,
Ma'am.
so I think when we are talking about red love, we are talking about two things. We are talking about the physical attribution of the person or the thing, whatever is the information, the physical qualities, uh, the physical appearance, and also we are talking about the proximity. So these are two different things, right? Proximity means the close connection, uh, like
Okay,
the
okay.
connection with
I
the
understand
sound.
your question. I understand. That will be answered in this slide.
Okay.
Suppose this third category. So this category B is 2 out of 3. So you are picking up two types of loves out of 3. Let's see how incomplete are these and why these are incomplete with the absence of one love. So the point that you raised is the third category. Suppose the green love is supported with the violet love. Any specific characteristic traits is being loved. Like it is felt that I can associate with this trait. Now suppose there is no physical proximity. Physical proximity, it is not that the bodily proximity, but the physical inputs, the voice of the individual or the sight of the individual. All these are physical inputs. If that is completely missing in any relationship, that relationship is not going to sustain. And most of the cases, this is not two-way relationship. There is no communication happening between the person who is feeling a love to the violet love person. So it's a love, loving a superstar, film star, or loving a writer. Are you able to understand? Loving a writer is a violet love. Suppose the green love is supported with this. So we are very patient and observant with that. But this love is not diverging. It's not bringing any growth because of the absence of the red love. There is no proximity, physical proximity with the individual. Suppose that author who you love, whose writing you have loved, you got a chance to meet him, interact with him. That will be definitely far more attractive comparing to not meeting him. Not meeting is this zone, only green and violet. Whenever you are meeting with that person, the red is coming and the relationship gets strengthened with the third element. So we need to understand where the lacking is there. In these all six categories of category B, 6 types of category B will lack some or other aspects of love. Green love supported with the physical love, but no identification of the violet love. It will actually disprove the green love. This is very important to understand. This will actually disprove the green love. Proper green love is missing. That is why the violet love is not appearing here.
So
Yes.
in the when we are talking about red love, the point I was making is that there are two aspects which we are talking about. One is the physical attribution that we are liking of someone, like the appearance or um, the voice or whatever it is. And second is that the closeness, that is the proximity, the physical proximity with that person or thing. So what is the
No,
impact of these two
proximity,
separately? Like
when you say proximity, you're meaning the physical touch proximity.
physical touch, and it can be so when we talk about listening to a singer, it's just the singer that I'm able to listen to. The singer is not able to listen to
So
me, right?
here is the catch.
So that
If you
is
are
not a
liking,
proximity.
if you're liking
Yeah.
the voice of the singer, which
Yes.
is hitting your ears,
Hmm.
then it is a physical love. The
Yes.
tonal quality of the singer, if you are liking, then it is a physical love. If you like the singing of the individual, then it is a cognitive love. Try and understand the difference between the violet and the red love here. Are you able to identify the difference between these two?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. So,
Yes, sir. And the second, yeah,
yes,
yes, sir.
tell me.
The second point that I was saying is the physical proximity means this is what for right now what we discussed was about the voice or the singing, right? Now, the second thing that is there here is the proximity with that person. Like, are you able to see, hear, or touch the person? So that that proximity being together is a different thing, and the voice and the singing is a different thing, right?
Yes.
These are the
So,
two things we are
so
talking about:
here,
attribution and proximity.
yes. So this proximity is actually when you feel associated, when you are hearing the song from a tape recorder or on the YouTube you are listening to a favorite song. That's also violet love. You are associating with that song specially, not with the singer, but that singer, if he or she is singing for you exclusively, then you feel closely associated with that individual because of the physical proximity. So proximity means being exclusive to that information being input. There the associatedness gets strengthened. Anybody else? Any observation on
No, no,
these?
still I'm not able to understand that you said singing and
Yes.
quality. I mean, touch. Red, fifth one, red and violet one. As far as you see, is it singing and quality of voice or somewhere that I'm
Yes.
not able to understand. Still,
Right.
I'm confused.
Yes.
You
So
exactly refer
physical attributes when you love, when you find some physical attributes relatable, you start liking some physical attributes. You understand physical attributes? Voice is a physical attribute. How you look is a physical attribute.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
How is your complexion? That is a physical attribute.
Correct.
But how you are singing, that's a cognitive trait that you have developed. Right. So if you find a film star, actress or actor attractive physically, that's a red love. Suppose you are liking the acting skill, irrespective of the physical attribution of that individual. That is a violet love. Are you able to identify the difference between the red and violet?
Yes. Now yes.
Yes. So cognitive love is the violet love, which is non-physical, and red love is the physical love. So whatever the things may be, but the category B always will lack some or other love. Right? Now category C. Category C is 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 loves. Only green love, only red love, only violet love. Now the first one is a bit hypothetical. To have only green love. No associatedness. Saiva was raising that point in the last session, remember, that what is the love is love, like what is the point of associating. Now this association is very much important for an individual. Unless that individual has associated with lot of information around, the self is not built. You know, here I'd like to bring your attention to any child who you can observe closely. You'll find a child is always copying others. Why copying others? We need to understand. It is a reverse mirroring process because the child lacks the self. The child lacks the self. The self is not created yet. So the child is eager to grab and gather the self from the surrounding. The copying mechanism, the modeling mechanism is very much natural to gather the self, and that's very important. If we discourage that, then we end up discouraging the construction of the self within the child. Right? So after you build up the self, then it starts the dissolving process where you forward mirror, where you mirror yourself to the universe and to each entities. So earlier you were gathering self, now you are distributing self as if. So it's the life, the beauty of the life is that first gather, then dissolve. So that dissolving is the green love, which is the ultimate goal. Only, so dissolving is possible only with the green love, accepting love. But associating is the knack that we have developed. Now leaving that association is very tough and it is progressive. We cannot overnight just start having green love to the world. We feel associated with some or other things. Slowly and gradually the things will dissolve, and maybe end of the life or some instance of the life, we feel only green love. That's very much hypothetical. Right? But the objective is that only. Now red love is very much irrational, and violet love, only violet love is also kind of, it's not sustainable. Red love is that love, only physical love. There is no other love. It's a kind of rapist approach. You know, the physicality is the only thing in the life. The individual will suffer that absence of other loves in the individual. Right? And the violet love is the love towards a writer who is dead now, which is not dynamic anymore. The writings are there. You are in love with that writing, piece of writing. There is no individual who you are loving. And there is definitely no exclusive association that is bringing here. Right? So category C is a kind of irrational mixture of irrational and hypothetical loves. Category A is the rational love proposed here. Right. So with that, I'll stop the screen sharing, and we can just bring some observation. Are you guys there? Vatsala,
Yes, sir.
Saiva,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Vikas.
Yes, can I speak?
Yeah, please, Vikas.
In that case, when you hear, I'm putting one example, like the song, singing of like Kishore Kumar, who is not there, but we like his singing.
Yes.
That falls in that
Violet love. Violet love.
Violet, right?
Hmm.
That singing we like, right?
Yeah.
Let's take example of the current singer who is like say example of
Your
so
your
we
network is shaky. Can you repeat the last sentence? Your network was shaky.
I'm talking about the. Can you hear me right now?
An alive
Yes.
singer. You're talking about an
A
alive singer. Yes.
live singer where I can see
Yes.
in a reality show or somewhere or something, newspaper or something. I know his looks, his
Yes.
attitude, his
Yes.
singing.
Yes.
So that category, falls in the red zone. And then I can see that, if you see the old music, I mean, I'm talking about, let's say, R.D. Burman, and there are so many, people who play trumpet and all these things, which
Yes.
we never know who has brought this thing.
Yes.
But that trumpet music we like. And as soon as it plays, we are energetic or we tense, which comes in a category of green zone. If I put in that, is it okay or not? Green means I don't know who has played the trumpet. I'm just giving in R.D. Burman songs. Well, way back, he has played so many music with this type of, and those musicians we don't know at all who played, but we like the music proper. That music is so soothing, so we like it. So is it put it in that green zone where we like this one? Is it like that, or I'm not
No, I
making
may.
something?
Yeah. No. No. If I may comment on this, this is a violet love, and this love is towards that tune that you are enjoying spatially.
Correct.
So violet and red are the spatial attraction that you feel to something, some specific piece of information. It may be the individual or the sound or anything else. So you are talking about a spatial attraction towards some information.
Correct.
That is a violet love, not the green. Green will not have any special opinionated or justified attraction. It is neutral for everything. That's a platform, the green aspect. I think you have mentioned that yogic state of mind, or here I see
Yes,
a
I already
chat.
mentioned. Yes, I
Yes,
mentioned.
yes, yes. Will green love lead us to the economous and spiritual state of mind? Yes, green love leading us to the freedom for sure. Because green love is a state of the absence of the confinement of opinion. The moment we are relieved from the opinion, we are free. The freedom is achieved, which is very tough. We have ongoing opinions coming in within our minds and from outside. So when we are free from opinion, any opinion is not stopping our process of observation, process of observing. This is a journey, right? So that state is that equanimous state or spiritual state, whatever you call, Suparna. Definitely, but it's a route of freedom, route
So,
towards freedom. Yes, Meenu.
so you were saying that green love state, only green love state, is difficult and very rare. So, is it not that we are always in the mostly we are always in this green love mode when we are undisturbed, like when we are just because that is why we are able to exist with everything around, right?
Yes, so here you are talking about combination of love. With green love, when you perceive the existence, that time you are combining green love with other elements of love to associate with. Now, only green love, where you are not at all associating with anything else. So the third
So can
category,
we go
category
a
C,
little into association? So what is association and what are we
association.
trying to?
Yeah, association means you are engaging yourself Spatially, your energy is engaged spatially with some or other things, like the food. You will be eating food for sure. You can have no choice of food. That's a green love. But the moment you are eating, you end up choosing a food for sure. Maybe for momentary basis, but the choice is obvious that time. So the foundation is there a green because you know the nature. Nature cannot provide you the exclusive, in nature, the food is not provided to us in exclusivity. Like mango is not available in winter. Orange is not available in the summer. We are crafted, we are programmed that way to adjust with. Are you able to understand?
So then that means that only green love or only red love or only violet is not possible, right? Because,
Yes.
or is it we are talking about just one particular moment? Suppose when we
Let's
took the
explore
example of
that.
the,
Let's explore that in another 5 minutes. This session is going
sure,
to
sir.
end. So we are
Yes.
relaunching with a spell of silence. Yeah.
Yeah.